Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It's wonderful to see you all here this afternoon. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any requests for your personal healing and well-being. We're going to get things started off with a beautiful crystal grid exactly built to all of your requests. If you are returning, welcome back and thank you for your ongoing support. And if you are watching this as a pre-recorded video, the energy is here for you just the same. Feel free to enjoy the building of the crystal grid, or if you'd like, you can skip ahead to the crystal grid, well, really the Reiki healing with the crystal grid completed at about the 1 hour mark. So as a reminder, I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times, every week. Wednesdays, I do have a hard stop time at 5:30, so just a heads up that we have to get into the Reiki healing by no later than 5. And other than that, if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing, or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description along with all of my social media, and I'm so happy to have you all. This community is lovely and warm and supportive, and I invite you to just hang out and be yourself. So let's go ahead and dive into that beautiful crystal grid. Awesome. So let's go ahead and start here. Still settling into the new apartment. It's definitely a little sparse behind me. I'm working on that. We've got copper here, a copper spiral. Copper helps to break up energy blockages, get the energy flow optimized. The spiral is sacred to healers. And let's go ahead and say hi and start taking some requests. So Chris, good to see you. Nicole, welcome back. I'm doing well, thank you. Jennifer, I hope you're doing well. Joanna, Erica, Leon, welcome in. And I'm so glad you are here. And Grace, so good to see you. Absolutely, lots of love to you too. And I'm doing okay, thank you. The little furry babies are sleeping somewhere. But other than that, everything is good here. It's very warm and Philly, like unseasonably so, but nothing to complain about. So let's go ahead and definitely nap away, Jen. Hoping everything is going well with the postcard situation you mentioned yesterday. So let's go ahead and Grace, well, I'll get to everybody's requests. I'm going to start with Grace. Heart healing, health and losing weight, and love for your sister, absolutely. Oh, I hear a little kitty. Hello, how are we, Hattie? Oh, hello, cuteness. How are we? How are we today? Yeah, you knew Reiki was going on. I can sit here all day. She comes over when she knows the Reiki's going to start. So let's go ahead with some of Grace's requests. Heart healing. General health. Let's do some moss agate again for your sister. Okay, cool. So let's start with some rhodonite. This is a great one emotionally for broken heart, sadness, things like that. Oh, hey, you want to come up? Come on up. Are you going to be lazy? Oh, kitten for everybody. Oh, Hattie, how you be? Having good naps? Good stuff. So rhodonite, as I was saying, before I was interrupted with cuteness, on an emotional level is great for heartache, heartbreak, even grief, any kind of sadness. Also working through insecurities, and anyone who's working on healing the impacts of past emotional abuse, this can be a really helpful stone on that emotional level. On a physical level, it's very connected to allergies, asthma, autoimmune stuff, the lungs in general, and also balancing yin and yang in the body, which can definitely be helpful for general health. And of course, as most of you who've been here before, you know, I don't do any of this as like a replacement for modern methods or traditional methods, whatever seems to suit you best. I think that crystals and Reiki are incredibly powerful complementary methods, and I really hope that they help everything that's going on with your sister as well as you. and also for health, and specifically you requested weight loss, that is blue apatite. This helps support a healthier relationship with food, and especially if you have intentions around weight loss, weight gain, whatever the case may be, this is a great stone for it. Ooh. Sorry about that. As I was saying, great too for soul's purpose, like discovering your soul's purpose, as well as the courage to walk it. Wonderful for harmony and peace, just like an inner peace and balance, harmony kind of stone. Also for strengthening your auric field. So if you're somebody that tends to take on energy of others, this can help you to prevent that. So that is blue apatite. Wondering if one of the cats is in the closet with the door closed. I might have to get up and take care of that. We'll see. So this is moss agate. In Chinese medicine, this is a pretty highly regarded stone. This is thought to help combat anything that's kind of spreading quickly throughout the body, especially any kind of, whether it's virus, bacteria, whatever the case may be, any kind of infection. This is also really helpful on a spiritual level with, if you're doing psychological parts work, like inner child, higher self, those sorts of things. Also for unconditional love and connection to spirit, connection to nature, and general renewal and rejuvenation, moss agate can be very, very helpful. So we'll go ahead and bring that here. So I hope all of that helps. Grace, good to see you. Vic, Gail, good to see you both. Okay, Nicole, have a good night's rest. We'll see you soon, and definitely the healing will reach you as you sleep, wherever you happen to be. Thank you so much for coming in. I will definitely get to your requests. And okay. After Grace, we have Jennifer for love and money influx and some specific stones. Love and money influx. Sapphire, I did also happen to notice the request from, let me just see, I think it was Joanna. Absolutely. So specifically the seraphim angels. There is actually a stone called seraphinite that I don't happen to have, but I do have a lot of other angelic stones, and it starts with this one here. So we'll bring this in by request. This is sapphire. Sapphire helps to definitely connect with the angels, but it's also really helpful for things like channeling and mediumship. This will definitely help you connect. Hey, you. Definitely help you connect with your angel team and your spirit guide team as well. It's also helpful for the thyroid, the eyes, and ears, and it's also thought to be helpful for folks with dementia and those who care for and about them. This is also a wonderful stone for just visualizing positive outcomes if you're having a hard time with that. So that is sapphire. Emerald helps with the lungs, upper respiratory tract, everything that has to do with breathing, including the sinuses. And it's also great for restoring confidence about your appearance and reigniting the passions for things in life that you seem to be a little apathetic about. Also helps to heal skin and tissue. So we will go ahead and bring this in. So that is emerald. Ruby is a stone of love and fertility, as well as courage and confidence to be yourself. It's also a wonderful stone to turn to if you need some support with things like leadership and management skills. Ruby is very helpful with that. So we will go ahead and bring in some ruby, and then I'm going to straighten out the grid a little bit. So let's go ahead and grab a tarot card. Pardon me. All right, we've got the Six of Feathers, or Six of Swords. This is a sword of taking what serves you and going to a better place. So, making those decisions from a place of logic and balance. Okay. Yes. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, we will leave this out if we need to straighten that up again. And, oh yeah, we're good. And let's see what is next. Also for Jen, let's bring in citrine and cinnabar. So citrine helps with calling in financial abundance as well as the resources we need to survive and thrive. It's also a helpful stone when it comes to things like fibromyalgia and nausea. But this is one that I often work with for balancing logic and intuition, so you have the most well-rounded viewpoint, using all the different faculties that you have in good harmony and balance. Wonderful too for addictions and compulsions and making good financial decisions. So let's go ahead and begin here and here. Next is cinnabar. Cinnabar is actually mercury, so definitely be careful with that one. Mercury has been used by humans for thousands of years for all different things, and we still use it today, and we've fairly recently learned how toxic it is. Like, when you look back at the whole of human history, it's fairly recent discovery. But this has long been thought to be the merchant stone to help attract customers to a business. So this will definitely support Jen. You can shop my crystals at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. You can shop Jen's crystals and tonics and elixirs and spell stuff at Belladonna's Botanicals. So we've got that. And also, we've got some fire opal. Fire opal and all opal to different extents has been used by many different cultures as protection when there's spiritual work being done. It's a very shamanic stone. It helps with, in a way, kind of cloaking you from those that would do you harm when you're doing spiritual work. It's also very much linked with abundance too, as I'm learning more about opal. So all the best to you, Jen. Hope all goes well. The messages are so connected to you already. Yeah, Leon, that happens every single time that we're here. While our lives might be completely different and the specific connections to all of these requests might be very different from one another, the themes are undeniable. Absolutely. Absolutely. Catherine, good to see you. Violet Integration, lots of love. Okay, let's keep on moving. Leon requested easing anxieties and for your work and study. Got you. So let's do my favorite anxiety stone, and oh, there you are. Oh, there's your sister. There she is. Oh, no. For work and study, I'm going to bring in some tiger eye. This helps in a lot of different aspects. This is a stone first and foremost protection, and it's often associated with protection, especially from envy and jealousy, but in general just protecting one's energy. It also helps you to see the big picture and how things relate to one another. In that way, it can be really, really helpful for study and learning and in any way researching as well. So this can help with both work and study, but definitely for school. Helps too with strength, balance, and courage. Very supportive and empowering of the solar plexus chakra, which is the center of personal identity and your sense of self, as well as, like I said, big picture thinking, seeing how all the different parts play into one another. Also entrepreneurial work, because it does help with all of that, like big picture. So entrepreneurship, big planning, management, high-level management, any level management, this can be a really wonderful stone. Lots of logic and protection too. So that's Tiger Eye. And then my favorite stone for anxiety is green calcite. This can bring a lot of ease and calm and soothing to the emotions and to the nervous system in general. Also really helpful for releasing the physical tension that we hold when we're full of anxiety and when we're stressed out. Can help too with, in a way, like lightening the mood, bringing in a little bit of a sense of humor or levity to things. So we will bring in some green calcite. Awesome. So glad you are here and welcome. And Erica, I'm doing well, thank you. Nicole, absolutely. So some addiction healing. Tired and a little stressed, definitely, and need to get back on plan. Gotcha. Definitely citrine is really helpful for addictions and compulsions. There's some other good ones too. So let's bring in some amethyst. Amethyst, sodalite, and unakite for that too. And I did see a request, I think it was Joanna that also requested, or no, it was Vic, for female help, female support. This will help that too. So this is unakite. This is often linked with women's health and well-being, particularly around fertility, pregnancy, labor and delivery, and the postpartum period as well, but all aspects of a woman's life. Additionally, it's very connected to things like metabolism, the heart, circulation and fluids in the body, and particularly thought of in high regard when it comes to addictions, and especially smoking, but all addiction. So this is unakite. It's a very supportive stone, very grounding stone too, and it's one that helps support the heart center, the emotional one as well as the physical. So we'll bring that in. Next is amethyst. This is the stone most often linked with things around addiction and also with recovery as well. This is a stone that can help with any new sort of steps into spirituality, especially if it's your first steps into spirituality, as well as any kind of self-improvement work, which of course includes recovery. This is a stone of holding yourself accountable, but not overly so, like holding yourself accountable without beating yourself up. It helps you, it's more or less like the embodiment of the serenity prayer, if that resonates with anyone. It's the changing the things we cannot accept, accepting the things we cannot change, the wisdom to know the difference. And it's also a very supportive, uplifting stone of the upper chakras that helps us feel more connected to spirit and less alone. So that can be really helpful. And sodalite. This one is known to help with grounding impulses. So especially if you have whether it's addiction or an impulse control issue, or if there's aspects of both, this can be a really helpful stone. It also helps with things that are homesickness or feeling like homesickness or estrangement, even if it's from a group of friends. It helps with expression and communication as well, so that when you have emotions that are kind of stuck, this is a good one for communicating that. This is also a great stone if you really struggle during Mercury retrograde seasons. This is a stone to have in your arsenal of crystals. It's very helpful for that. Also for writing, speaking, of course, but also any way that you express yourself. So if you're a musician, an artist, a dancer, performer, this is a stone that will help you to bring yourself through and express yourself. Also helpful for coming to terms with things around aging and including and especially menopause. So that's sodalite. So all the best to you. I'm so glad you're here. You are always welcome here. It's always wonderful to see you. And lots of love. There you go. Okay, cool. Lots and lots of love to you, Nicole. And we've got, and you're tired and stressed too. Yeah, let's see about tiredness and stress. That was definitely a theme yesterday too. Unfortunately, you're not alone in those feelings right now. So, tired and stressed. Let's bring in some shungite. This is good for like physical getting better, especially if you've been sick or if you've been injured recently. This can be supportive of Grace's sister too, but this is really helpful for releasing stress, emotional blockages, and emotional pain. It can really help kind of almost absorb them out of your system. Helps too with clearing the energy field, which can really help things like tendency towards like sleep and rest and things like that. So we'll bring this in. It's a great stone to just sort of like clear the energy field. So that is shungite. Also, if you're somebody who's sensitive to electromagnetic fields, this is a good one to have. So that's shungite. And all the best. Let's see what else is going on. You're so welcome, Leon. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of like sleeping, waking up rested, more energy. Let me grab a couple stones for Vic and Gail and Nicole for that. So let's do some energy. Let's bring in some bumblebee jasper. Let's also bring in some rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartz, that definitely helps physical energy. So let's start there. So rutilated quartz, if you kind of, it's hard to show these without getting glare, but rutilated quartz is a clear quartz that has rutils going through it. It's thought to help focus the energy to where it's most needed. So it's been thought of as a beautiful gift for folks with that are undergoing cancer treatments, as it's thought to be like an intention of, here, I hope all those treatments you're getting go to where they are most useful. It's also thought to be helpful with bringing up physical energy stores, especially if you're really like a sleepy, run down, sounds like kind of a lot of us are. This can be helpful with both of those things. So that is rutilated quartz. It's also, like I said, wonderful for mental focus, mental clarity. I feel like I can always use that, to be honest. Here, let's actually put it on top of the amethyst. Bumblebee jasper is a powerful stone of physical energy, vitality, strength, and just also wanting to dive in and get things done. It's one that helps you feel inclined towards work and even collaboration, working together. It helps with decision making, mental focus, and positivity, confidence, and, like I said before, motivation. It does have high concentrations of both sulfur and arsenic, so it's definitely one to be careful with. So that is bumblebee jasper. So, and better sleep. Let's go with that. Labradorite. This is wonderful for better sleep. This will also help Leon with study. This is a great one for study and paying attention and fine attention to details, things like that. Research, study. It also helps with disputes, especially things like if you work in customer service, this can be quite helpful. Wonderful for finding like errors in like a lot of things. Like this is a stone that I use when I'm doing things like inventory and stuff like that, like fine attention to detail, finding small errors in a lot of information, as well as enjoying travel and even clairvoyance, which is our spiritual sight. So that is labradorite. And I see another kitty. Hey, Gertie. Hope everybody gets some good rest in and some energy back. Oh, do you want to say hi? Come on up. Yeah. Good job. Oh, we get some pets. We say hello. Oh, hello. Hey, little butt. Yeah. Oh, you're so cute. Yes, you can hang out there. Okay. Let's see what else we have going on. Joanna Sparkles. Yeah, something for connection with ancestors, angels, and your light team. Absolutely. Rhodochrosite is one that Chris usually requests, and this is excellent for connecting with our ancestors, as well as our deceased pets. And this is also great for stress headaches, asthma, the lungs, and everything around the heart and circulation too. Don't want to forget that. But also mother-child bonding and aspects around the even wounds around mother and child maternal stuff. So that is rhodochrosite. That can be helpful. Let's put that here. Okay. And we'll get some celestite. Aha, here it is. Selenite, which I always have a big stick of at the bottom of the grid. I'm going to put this in here. Selenite is helpful for clearing the energy of crystals as well as yourself and even a space that it's in. It reflects nothing but pure white light. Very helpful for connecting with your spirit guides, and for if you're somebody who does either a lot of energy work or you tend to take on the energy of others, it's one to help kind of clear your auric field. So this one's actually from my crystal shop, but it doesn't matter what size, what shape. Just know that that's a stone that you absolutely cannot clean in water, although it cleans other stones energetically. Just put your stones on a piece of selenite for a few hours to overnight, or as long as you want, and it'll clear the energy of them. So that's selenite. Celestite helps with connection to our angels as well as our spirit guides. Wonderful for discernment too, if you're having trouble deciding if it's your logic, your emotions, or your intuition. This can really shed light on that, as well as helping with all manner of physical pain. It very much awakens the upper chakras, which changes our perception of pain and our relationship with our body in the temporary. So if you're trying to just like get through pain that can't really be altered, like you know the cause, but it can't really be changed in the moment, this is a good stone to help. So that's celestite. And angelite, which, as the name would suggest, helps with connection to our angels. It's also one that brings a large amount of spiritual protection, helps with connection to, additionally, just angelic love and the sense of interconnectedness, unity consciousness, and enhances sound healing too. If you're getting any kind of sound healing or you work with that, this is thought to help improve the impact that it has. But yeah, also helps you to just feel connected to source. So I hope that this is helpful for you. Let's do here and here for now. So yeah, I hope that that's helpful, and lots of love. And Seraphonite is definitely on my list of crystals I'm trying to get. And let's see who else. Chris. The grid looks like a person doing the happy dance, like with their hands up in the air. Oh my goodness, it does. I love that. What do you use to clean your crystal? Put them on top of Epsom salt? That is something you can do. It's something I do a lot. Have I filled this back up? No, I was just cleaning it. I have like a... Everything's in different spots because I just moved, but I have a few of these. Like, these were just wooden pencil boxes that I got at a craft shop. I got a whole bunch. And basically, I take something like this, and rather than fill it with crystals, I fill it with Epsom salt, sea salt, whatever you might be using. And then I put either the top on it, or I line it between the salts or Epsom salt and the crystals. I just put a thin piece of fabric or even a tissue. That just helps to, for the few stones that are really sensitive to, if you're using sea salt, few stones that are sensitive to salt, it keeps like a barrier between. Energetically, they'll keep clearing all of the stones. I keep something like that under all of the crystals that I use for the grid, so it consistently keeps clearing them. And that can be any kind of plain old Epsom salt, or you can use the salt that you have in the kitchen. It'll help. Yep. So yeah, that'll help. And some folks use incense or sacred smoke, or yeah, different things like that. But I love working with selenite. When I had my in-person healing studio in downtown Philly, I had huge pieces of selenite on like the wall altar. And as I used crystals for my clients, I would just put them on the inside of that selenite, and I would leave them there, at least until the end of the day, a lot of times until the next day, and then I'd put them away. And it worked great. So yeah, I hope that helps. And back to Chris's. Rose quartz, carnelian, moonstone, herkimer. So green aventurine helps us with expanding our vision of what we are capable of and what we can sort of expect of ourselves. If you're somebody who goes, oh, I can't do that, I can't do that. This is one that gives you a little confidence to kind of like see what you really can do. It's also great for eye problems, fertility, heart rhythms, and even allergies. So yeah, expanding your vision of your own potential. So that's green aventurine. Big time confidence builder, especially of the heart center. Garnet helps with organization and practicality, getting things done in the optimal way so that you can have more time left for, living life. A lot of strength and courage too. It's very grounding and helps with creativity as well. This is a stone that is also the January birthstone. It has a decidedly Capricorn vibe. And if you're looking to try to organize things, this can be a really helpful stone too. Moonstone is very connected with the lunar cycles and the moon. I often think of it as being very connected with the High Priestess and the Tarot. That is, Gertie's back. That is awareness, perception, receptivity, wisdom, and connection to ancient healing methods, particularly like well woman methods and things like that. So that is moonstone, which is actually closely related to labradorite. So let's put them together. Oh, I have a Gertie hugging my leg. That's so cute. Thank you, Gertie. Hey, how are you? Yeah, you're purring for me. That's very cute. Herkimer Diamond helps with empowering manifestation and intuition. It's wonderful for balancing metabolism. It's also helpful for the connection to divinity, being in the present moment, and even relaxation. I love working with this anytime I'm manifesting something because it helps me be in that present moment of appreciating what I have and not just always asking for the next thing to go to the next spot in life, but really being where I am and having a moment with it. So there we go. That's Herkimer. Carnelian is the stone of relationships. Vic, this will definitely help you with your roommate situation too. So this is everything from how we relate to others and the world around us, and also specifically has a big connection with romance, sexuality, romantic partners, and attracting love. As actually attracting love, Moonstone is wonderful for too. This is also great for healing wounds, colds, allergies, and really everything having to do with the sacral chakra, very much including creativity. I love using sodalite and carnelian together for people who are like artists, performers. It helps with creative expression. Rose quartz helps the heart chakra and opening our heart to hold more unconditional love. It's also one that allows us to like recalibrate our center of love and compassion. This is one that helps us to be more compassionate with ourselves and also helps us to let go of a lot of heart-centered pain. It allows us to feel like we deserve better. So yeah, that's rose quartz. I'm going to go ahead and put that right behind amethyst. Yeah, you hanging out. Let's do some pyrite and some lapis. Okay, pyrite's another stone of helping to manifest financial abundance. Oh, you want to play with some pyrite? Here you go. You can go ahead and manifest some money. There you go. Go ahead. You want to manifest some money? Yeah? Oh, good. Oh, you're giving that bag some love. That's lovely. This is a stone that helps the lungs and fever, and it's often connected with the concept that it helps the body basically use Reiki energy in the best possible way. It's very protective while also supporting intuition. So if you're struggling with that, yes, I want to be connected and open, but not to everything, definitely turn to pyrite. Also helps with the brain and memory specifically, as well as it's often linked with the idea of protection and helping someone who's getting radiation treatments from getting as much of the side effects as possible. And lapis, a powerful stone for pain and inflammation, as well as openness, honesty, clear communication, opening up for career improvement and enhancement. It helps with vertigo and hearing loss, as well as personal responsibility and disorganization. So it has kind of a broad range of functions, but it's one that I often use alongside things like garnet, things like sodalite, and there we go. That is lapis. And I will come back for the last couple that are there, but I've got most of yours. Nicole, you go on ahead and go to sleep. Samantha, Maritza Bell, I hope you're doing well. Oh, so good to see you all. Okay, and how can I help you, Maritza? I'm so sorry I haven't been in touch. I moved and it's just been... yeah. I just got around to ordering bedding that fits my new bed today. It's wild. Okay. Appetite, definitely blue appetite will help that. Vic energy, we got that. neck, wrists, and back. Let's bring in some Amazonite. This helps with the spine and spinal nerves, so it's really good for things like back pain. And I always have issues with nerves, like spinal nerves especially, so I can always use a little help. This is also a stone that reminds even the most outwardly focused people to take care of themselves and prioritize themselves. A great stone of self-respect. Also wonderful for calming. And I don't know anyone that can't use that. This sort of light blue green, it also comes in like a darker green, almost like even darker than aventurine with some white stripes in it. So it can look quite a bit different depending on where you get it. And wrists and things. Let's bring in some howlite. Hi. Yes. Howlite helps with all the joints, whether it's joint pain, joint injury, or even a dislocation. This is very, very helpful. On an emotional level, this is a stone for anger, resentment, frustration, all those really difficult kinds of feelings. It helps us to release the volatility so that we can focus on the underlying components that are causing that. So that is white howlite. So I hope that that helps with the wrists. And I know Jen has been struggling with wrists as well. And heart healing and surrender for violet integration. We have rhodonite, which helps with that. Let's also see. Definitely like surrender and trust in the universe is a moonstone thing for me. There's other good stones though. Let me see. Let's bring in some snowflake obsidian. This can help with the surrender. It's hope after loss and serenity and peace. So this can be really helpful. It's also wonderful for calming overstimulation, general mind, body, spirit balance, and for releasing feelings of guilt as well. So that is snowflake obsidian. And I'm also going to bring in some green onyx, which can be really helpful for the heart center, particularly with things like sadness and grief. It helps with moving forward even when we have a lot of emotional pain, so that you can kind of work on that surrender piece. And it also does help you with making decisions that are in alignment with your highest good, even and especially when you're not in the best place to like make decisions. But yeah, this is even a good stone for things like emotional shutdown. So it's one of my favorite like emotional first aid stones, even though it doesn't have to be an emotional first aid moment. Oftentimes this stone will look more like a pistachio kind of color than this darker green. But that is green onyx, so I hope you're doing well. Lots of love to you. Vic memory is definitely pyrite, which is here. And let's see. Ears is definitely sapphire. Got energy. Making positive friends to hang out with in person. Gotcha. Okay, let's do that. Let's bring in some honey calcite. This is a stone that definitely attracts the best people that balance with us right now into our life. You cats are too adorable. Also helps with optimism in challenging times, and also with anything having to do with menopause. But yeah, brings in good friends, colleagues, love interest, whoever you're looking to attract into your life. It helps them to be balanced with you. It's also very balancing of the solar plexus, your center of self and personal identity, with your sacral chakra, which is your center of relationships. So that's honey calcite. Let's go there. Yeah, let's do that. And depression, anxiety, empath, medium, healing, psychic shield. Man, we are all on the same wavelength today. So Samantha, I don't know how much of it you were here for, but we definitely have green calcite for anxiety. For medium, healing, and psychic shield, we have blue apatite, shungite, pyrite, angelite. I'm also going to bring in psychic shield. Let's bring in red tiger eye. This is great for calling in money in a hurry, and it is highly protective. Whether it's spiritual or psychic attack or just regular run-of-the-mill bullies, red tiger eye is a very potent stone of protection and healing. But yeah, like I said, when you need to manifest money in a hurry, bringing in some red tiger eye. Next, we'll bring in, we've got a ton of spirit guide stones too. That was a request earlier. So we have selenite, celestite, angelite, amethyst helps to an extent, sapphire, opal, and pyrite. So we're good on that. And insomnia, we have labradorite, but let's also bring in malachite. Malachite helps with insomnia, sleep issues, all of that. Also pain and inflammation, as well as emotionally moving really difficult and painful emotions through the heart center so that we don't get kind of stuck in a rut with our feelings. It helps us to leave the past behind, emotionally speaking. It's also good for depression and anxiety as well. And for fears, especially fear of flying. But yeah, let's bring this in. So I hope that that's helpful for you. Let's do... There we go. So we feel nice and balanced. Hey, Bev, I hope you're doing well. Financial security, you got it. And... oh, for ear infections and stuff, ears, we have sapphire, and for infections, we have moss agate, which is great for all kinds of infections. Financial security. Are there any other financial stones that we don't have? We have citrine, we have pyrite, cinnabar, and red tiger eye. So we've got all the financial stones. But let's bring in, I know this was requested by Chris too, so let's bring in iolite. Iolite helps with a number of kind of different things. One of which is spiritual sight. So if you're doing, so clairvoyance, anything that you're doing around like shamanic journeying, visionary meditation, anything like that, Iolite can be really helpful. Also for sleep disturbances that are based in intuitive issues, this can be very helpful. It's also great for weight loss, fever, and managing money. So in that way, it can help with financial security. So that's Iolite. So that's one more to have in here. So we've all got the financial stones in there, which is, I getcha. I'm in that boat too. Okay, cool. So lots of love for you. Healing for the dog. Oh no, they found something in her kidney. Okay, and fast money, we have red tiger eye. So doggy healing, we've got leopard skin jasper. Stress, we have green calcite as well as shungite, sorry. And I know I missed one from Catherine. Something for asthma and communication. Gotcha. Okay. So leopard skin jasper for puppy. This is a great stone for anything having to do with healing our animal companions. Also with connecting to our animal guardians as well. This is a stone for attracting a soulmate, for anything impacting the skin, and also for balance and coordination. So we'll bring in, we will bring in some leopard skin jasper. Communication, we have sodalite is very helpful. Asthma, we've got a bunch of different asthma stones, rhodonite, rhodochrosite, emerald, pyrite. Let's see if I've got other ones though. And I definitely have blue tiger eye. This helps with communication and expression, especially bold communication, but it's also for kind of the themes of the day I'm seeing. It's very helpful for calming stress, easing stress. It's also wonderful for teachers, anyone that's speaking before a group or speaking at all. It helps support truth tellers and whistleblowers. It's great for like those facts over feelings kind of conversations, but anything that involves writing or speaking your truth. But yeah, so we will bring this in. That is blue tiger eye. It's also, like I said, very protective. So blue tiger eye. Here we go. And so that'll help. And ooh, lovely, Bev. I love that. Anything else that wants to come in? I think we are good. I'm going to throw in one more stone for, I know Patty's not here today, but I want to throw in a stone for her, and then we're going to get right into the healing. And that is aquamarine. This helps with forgiveness and deflecting petty behavior as well as really immature kind of behavior. It's the anti-Karen stone, if you will. It helps with bringing about justice as well as balancing fluids in the body, and it's thought to support the teeth and gums. So let's go ahead and bring this in here and here, and then let's get into the healing. Awesome. So for those of you who haven't been here before, go ahead into the chat, and to help lift the energy of where you're at and all the energy that we are all experiencing, go ahead and share anything that you're grateful for, anything at all. If you're already comfortable, if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and just close your eyes and take a deep breath and think of the things that you're grateful for. That'll help shift the energy. I'm going to quickly describe what Reiki is, a little of how it works and how to make the most of your session, and then we're going to get into the Reiki. Thank you so much for being here. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less like a catch-all term for energy healing, if you will. Specifically, I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. Usui Reiki is a method of working with that energy created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, at a really difficult time in Japanese history where teaching anything that even remotely looked like religion was a no-go. This is a deeply spiritual yet completely secular practice, and I feel like that's why it resonates with us in the West so much. The concept of energy that's sort of underlying most of Japanese culture is it's really comes from Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything is interconnected, and that spirit supports our spirit, however you define that to be in this case, basically supports us with energy that makes us more than just a collection of cells. It's the energy that our body, mind, and spirit use all day, every day to help bring us into the best balance and harmony and healing that we can reach moment to moment. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is connecting with that energy using Usui's techniques, and then directing more of it to you whenever you are watching this and wherever you happen to be. During the session, you may feel some physical sensations, some emotions come up or be released. You may mentally be able to parse some things out or find some clarity, mentally speaking and logically speaking. You may, as far as intuition, you may get some deep clarity or synchronicity, or even just a sense of a new idea or intuition coming in. You may also have a really great nap, and that's honestly encouraged too. The way that you can make the most of this session, well, just know that you don't have to do anything. Just be open to it. I generally suggest that you find a place to be comfortable, sitting, lying down, whatever feels good to you, and just go ahead and relax. If you can close your eyes, go right ahead. You can also move around, get up and get what you need, or combine this with something else, like some yoga or some workout routine, or journaling, or playing music. Whatever feels right to you. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time, and you can just be. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind quiet. The Reiki will show up just to support you exactly where and how you are. No matter when you're watching this, the energy will be there for you, because Reiki is not bound by our restrictions that keep us in one place at one time. Reiki's everywhere all the time. So whenever you're finding this video, the energy is there for you. And for those of you that are here live, as I am 5 times a week, you can see the schedule in the description, or subscribe with your notifications on, and hopefully you'll get notified occasionally from YouTube. You can also go on ahead and look at the past healing live stream playlist anytime that you feel like you need some Reiki. Just come on in, grab any old video that feels right. You can even skip ahead to the Reiki healing and feel so much better. During the session, which will last 25 minutes, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently through several different colors. At no point will it flash or strobe. And I'll turn the music up if you want to learn more about our musical creator. She's linked at the bottom of the description. So thank you so much for being here. we'll go into that 25-minute session now. At the end, you'll hear my voice come in, encourage you to take a deep breath and come back to your body. And at that time, I'll be able to re-engage with chat, answer any questions you have, and hear any particular impacts that it may have had on you as well. And yeah, it's wonderful to have you here as always. So let's go on ahead back, take a beautiful look at that crystal grid, and get into some Reiki. Ta-da! Ooh, beautiful. Let's do... There you go. Now you can see all the crystals for sure. Awesome and wonderful. So, hey Allison, hope you're doing well. Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Lots of love to you. I appreciate that very much. Hope you're enjoying your time on the mountain. So everybody go ahead, find a lovely place, and if you feel like you need to get deeper into your session, or if you feel like you get distracted during your session, just take a deep breath in and out and you'll come right back in. So enjoy your session, and I will see you in just about 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. You can slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently come back to the space that you're in. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. And Vic had a good question. Do I ever put crystals in a pouch and bring it around with me? Sometimes, yes. I just usually will put even smaller bags around individual stones because they can clank up against each other and cause damage to each other sometimes. But yeah, I definitely carry them around sometimes. I wear them sometimes too. There's definitely at least a few crystals rolling around my bag at any given moment. And I even have one on a keychain. Thank you, Catherine. Lots of love, Gail. Yeah, absolutely, Goddess of Four. Allison, wonderful to see you. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I will return Friday at both 4 and 8 p.m. and Sunday at 8 p.m. You're so welcome, Chris. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and bring this session to close with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. Everyone, take care. I hope to see you back here again soon, and bye for now.